Hello everyone and welcome back to our Minecraft Modded Survival series. Thank you so much for joining back for the third episode of our Modded Survival quest. So today, as you can see, it's still raining outside, picking up right where we left off. I'm waiting to see if I can sleep through the rain or if it'll stop. We have the iron that we found in last episode smelting. And today, I think as mentioned in the end of last episode, we're really going to focus on a couple things. So we're going to focus on farming as well as building more of our house. So what I'm going to try to do with today's episode is there's going to be periods of time where I'm just like digging out terrain or, you know, gathering materials such as wood to build our house. I'm probably going to cut through a lot of that, or at least speed run it, or, you know, time lapse it, not speed runs, time lapse it, so that it's not distracting to you all or boring to you all. And you can kind of just watch as we start to take this lovely space that we call home and transform it, and the rain cleared up, and transform it into something a little bit prettier. So I think what I want to start off by doing is, I collect some of this, is just, we need to figure out how exactly we're going to plan our house. So I really liked the idea that I had last episode of, you know, like using this as almost like a platform for a basement and then building a larger building on top. So maybe we'll start with that and just taking out some of the trees that we have up top here, so that we have a clear view of the land that we have to actually build out our house. Played around a little bit with the audio settings today so that you can hear the Minecraft audio a little bit louder than in the last episode. So I'm really hoping that it's not overwhelming my voice. Worst case scenario it is, and we'll change it in the next episode. But let's continue going ahead and getting some more of these trees chopped down. Awesome. And also get rid of all of the dirt. You know, this will benefit us because, as I mentioned, I also want to start kind of our farm today. I want to get our farm started today so that we have some more food. I think I definitely want to get some animals over here for our farm. That's probably, you know what, I'm not sure if I'm going to start with planting stuff or getting the animals. I feel like I would be wiser to get some animals over here because, as I mentioned, we're playing with the Serene Seasons mod, and it is almost nighttime, so let's actually just, oh, those are growing too, perfect. Okay, I can't get that. Oops, stuck in the bush. Okay, and it's nighttime, so we're gonna sleep through the night, and we'll resume our building activities in the morning. Awesome, so back to morning time. I think that's a pretty good start to clearing out the space that we have up here. Pick up those berries that I got last night and get some additional wood. So I'm gonna put some screenshots. We'll get rid of those. We don't really need that either. I'm gonna put some screenshots up on the screen of kind of the vibe for the house that we're going for. It's kind of the traditional Minecraft house, so, you know, don't want to do anything too crazy, too unexpected, but I definitely want to make it pretty cool to look at. So just go ahead and start building more of a frame. And we're gonna need our shovel as well. Yeah, and you know what? I really do love when a Minecraft house is a little bit dug into the terrain. Because I think it just adds a little bit of character, makes it look like it is part of your world. Okay. Let's just go and get rid of that. we're out of wood. Okay. We're off to a rough start, I won't lie. So, I think what I need to do is I really need to empty out this inventory. I think I collected a lot of seeds, a lot of berries, a lot of goodies. And we need to make space for the wood that we're going to be using for our house. Okay. It's feeling a little bit better. Let's go back here. And go back down here. Floor. There's also portions of this video that I'm just realizing as I'm filming it that I'm gonna have to be quiet because, yeah, I can't count when I need to count for this house while I'm talking to you all. Okay, so I'm just going to finish off the frame and then come back once that's done. Okay, so I think that is a pretty good blueprint to start with for our house. Pretty big. As I said, I kind of want to use this as a basement area, so I think what I'm actually going to do is spend a lot of time just digging this out and getting it into a place where we have the downstairs, and then we can start to build on top of it too. Okay, awesome. We now have more dirt than we know what to do with, and we're not even really making a dent in kind of mining out our house. So just being mindful of the fact that we could potentially start getting some farm stuff growing while we are, you know, working on the rest of our home. What I think I want to do next is actually start that farm that I was mentioning. So if I get the iron, put some in there. Okay, no, not all of it. I need 3. Yeah, I guess we don't have a lot of iron, so we'll just use 3 and we'll make 2 trips. But we are going to make the classic infinite water source so that we can start. Oh, little turtles. Oh, I love them. They're so cute. And it's also the sun is setting. So let's see if we can get this infinite water source before the sun sets. But what I want to do before I continue digging out the foundation for our house is think about how we want to plan our farm. So I'm thinking house goes over here and farm can kind of go on this mountainside over here. I like to build my farms into the natural terrain. I just think they look a lot nicer. And so I think that just given we have this beautiful kind of not as steep part of hill / mountain over here, we can dig out and maybe start using it as farmland. So we're just gonna shape the terrain over here a little bit more. And the way I like to do this is probably, okay, it's nighttime. We're gonna sleep again. You know, time consuming, you know, is building. Building is very, very time consuming. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of materials, lots and lots of shovels. I've already made 4. But in the end, it is ultimately worth it when you have a nice house. And I don't want to touch this tree because I actually really like that we have kind of a bee's nest growing there. What I'm going to do is we're gonna start, well, I mean, I guess we need our farming materials. We need to make a hoe so that we can actually make the land farmable. But we're gonna start by just placing and planting stuff. So by going here, we can get a little bit of an inventory of the plants that we have that we will be planting and putting in the ground. B5. There's lots of different species we have. I wonder, can you plant these? No, you can't. So those are only edible. That is okay. So these were wheat. So we're just gonna add some more wheat to this area. And wheat is fertile in the summer and autumn. So this will also help us kind of start to understand what season we're in, as we can kind of see what starts growing, what grows effectively, and what doesn't. And so this is barley. Okay, barley seems pretty yummy. Soybeans, which is summer. Cassava? I should know how to pronounce that. Whatever that is, cassava should be yummy if it grows. And I guess we'll put our last little bit of water here. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be 4. And those were, I forget what those were, but we just planted them. And then last but not least, oat seeds. So we have the start of our farm there. We have these obviously growing, and that will give us some good crops in the works as we go back to continue digging out our home. So awesome. So been able to mine out most of the dirt that was sitting in the foundation of our house. So there's some stone over here that still needs to get taken out. So let me just go ahead and quickly do that as well. And we're almost another day down. So day after day in Minecraft here we're spending building this house. So hoping it's gonna be a really sick house. I think it is. I think it's gonna be. And we keep running out of inventory space, which I'm kind of getting tired of, but hey, it is what it is. The good news is that we are building a house, so soon we're going to have enough space to put a chest room so that we don't have to continuously just kind of deal with this small little double chest situation. We have our goodies cooking up here. I'm really hoping that we can get some wheat, because I see there's cows over there, there's sheep over there, and more so sheep I'm really interested in because I wanted to decorate my house. And what I have learned is with the mod that we have for furniture-y, if we want to build, for example, a sofa, we need white cloth. But white cloth is created from wool, and I assume pink cloth is created from pink wool. So in summary, what I'm saying here is if we want furniture, or colored furniture especially, which my favorite color is red, so I'm hoping that we can decorate this house with a bunch of like red and orange and yellow furniture, we're gonna need a lot of wool, which is gonna require quite a few sheep. And the closer we have them, the easier it is to get a bunch of wool. So the goal, I think, is going to be once that grows, we'll spend some time setting up our animal pens, and then once the once the wheat grows, we can lure them and have them on our animal farm. Okay, I'm thinking I go here, I'm going to actually start to think about where I want to put my barn. The one thing about this terrain is it is not the best for animal farming, so maybe we have the farm somewhere up here. Over here, closer to where the sheep actually naturally are. So yeah, there's one sheep, there's two sheep. Maybe it's worth considering putting the animal farm a little bit away from the house, because also then they won't be, you know, making a bunch of noises in our ear every single evening. So in the future, I can imagine the house sits here. Maybe there's like a staircase up this way. And maybe the animal farm starts to sit here. I kind of really like to give my animals a lot of space though. So I think rather than building a super fancy farm to begin with, what I actually want to do, and let's just make sure I remember the recipe for fences. Yeah, we're going to build a bunch of fences, and we're just gonna have like a very basic fence situation for our animals rather than like a super complex barn situation to begin with. So I actually think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go back here, I'm gonna fill this in. So if we go back and get and start to use some of all of this dirt that we've collected. Oh, okay, I gotta stop doing that. When we go back up to where we want to put our animal farm, and you might not be seeing the vision that I'm seeing right now. That's totally okay, but I can assure you that this is a good idea. I am cooking up some good ideas on how I want to build this world. So if we just fill in this land, this can be almost our animal farm base, where we have like a crafting bench, we house our wheat and everything. So that can all be stored maybe in like a structure that we'll build here. And I hear the animal noises, so this is just meant to be. We'll have our animal pen maybe start like this, come around here. That can be the exit. And then we'll have it come up like this so that they have some land to graze on. I like that idea of having it built like, we'll use the natural terrain as the fence to begin with. This will also make it much easier to lure animals in to begin with. because we can just lure them off the edge. And we'll have this go around like this, and like this, and over here, and down, just like this. So I'll have to go through. So this is an area they could escape, and make sure that there's no kind of holes, for lack of a better way of putting it, holes in the fence where they could escape. Because if I can escape from this, they can escape from this. Which, like, for example, that's an area they could get over. So let's go like that. This is all good. Here, 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 and here are the other places. And then we'll make sure to give them some light too. We obviously want to make sure that there's not a bunch of scary spooky monsters and everything in our animal pen, and that at nighttime our animals have some light to see around. So we'll place these here, here, and we'll even give them, we'll give them a little torch oh yeah, well, I guess I'll just put it there, but what I was gonna do is give them like a nice little decorative torch too here on the tree. And that looks good to me. I think that looks good. Maybe we'll expand this a little bit so they have a bit more space. We can rummage around. Let's see, I don't have any water in my bucket, but I would also give them... Oh, we already got one sheep. And he's stuck in there. Oh yeah, okay, we didn't even need the wheat. We just got our brain working. So we have one sheep already, which is pretty sweet. Okay. I want to also make sure that monsters can't get in here. So just go around. Yeah, monsters definitely are going to be able to get in there, but that's okay. Yeah, they'll survive. They don't like to eat animals, so... Okay, that's looking good. We have also our first sheep, our first little friend that we're going to use to create some of our furniture. Let's see if I can lure this other sheep in there or push it in there. Let's see. Oh, this would be amazing. No, 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 go back that way. Go back the other way. No, run the other way. Run the other way. Trust me, run this way. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you're so close, buddy. Okay. Oh, can't I send you into our pen? Yes, yes, go, go. No, come on. Oh, okay, there you go. Okay, I'm sorry I had to hit you to get you in there, but okay, this is a really good start. We have 2 sheep already in our little sheep pen. We'll quickly just make a little door so that we can get in and out of this pen without having to chop down a bunch of wood. But that, I would say, was an extreme success to start off our animal farm. So in the future, I want to definitely have different pens for the different animals. So like this can be our sheep pen for now, but in the future when we have cows, I want to make like another area for cows so that they have some privacy and we're not mixing all the animals together, so that when we want steak, we can go get steak, versus when we want mutton or wool, we can go get wool. So feeling really good. This has been very productive so far, everyone. These bushes are gonna have to move. If I'm gonna keep my house there, they're gonna have to move. So just because I'm a little curious, I really want to try and make some of this furniture before the sun sets. So as we went through the recipes, we need white cloth, which 2 white cloth is 3 wool. I don't think we're gonna have enough to get a sofa just from our 2 sheep we have over here, but you never know. You can get very lucky with what they drop. but it's definitely a good start. So give me yours. Yes, thank you. I'm sorry, you guys y'all are gonna be very cold tonight, but I am gonna have your wool and be. Oh, did I seriously only get 2 wool from both of those sheep? Excuse me. Oh, he grew back. Oh, there we go. That's more like it. Okay. It must have glitched. It must not actually have sheared him. So at least we get to go back here and I'm impatient. Oh, okay, so we have 2 white cloth. So what can we actually make with white cloth? Let's see. A basket? Oh, yeah, I wonder what the benefit of a basket is. I wonder if it's like a replacement to a chest. There's also a white cloth chair, which actually... oh, okay, this is a little complex. So if we want to make a chair, we have to get planks or thin logs, which a thin log is made by an oak log. Okay, so we are gonna need this saw for sure. Which it looks like... Okay, we can use copper for our saw. So I was hating on copper when we were down in the mines because it's not a very, very useful ore in the game, but it looks like it might be super useful for our furniture crafting, which is always a good thing. Yeah, I don't like this tree, so we're gonna get rid of this tree as well. And some of this dirt. I don't like this dirt either. Okay. And it's nighttime again, so we're gonna go and sleep through the night. Awesome. So we're back outside. I think what I'm gonna do, and this could be a horrible decision, but we have all of this spruce logs. I think for the walls, I'm leaning towards using spruce logs just because we have so many of them. Not spruce logs, spruce planks, because we have so many spruce logs and there's a massive spruce forest over there. Which you can see I've decreased my, like, just right there, that's a massive spruce tree. I've decreased my chunk rendering just to see if I could get the frame rate up in Minecraft itself, so that's why you can't really see off into the distance too much. Let me know if that bothers you. If not, I'll probably leave it this way, unless I'm exploring. But what I was saying is we have a bunch of spruce logs, so we can make spruce planks, and then it's really easy to get more because with the falling tree mods, I just have to break 1 block and you get like 53 spruce logs from 1 tree. So I think it might be worth figuring out, you know, actually let's test it out. Do we like the way that this looks? I mean, personally, I kind of like it. I think it looks very cozy, so maybe we'll go with that, unless anyone in the comments has major concerns with it. But I'm thinking the regular oak logs with maybe the spruce planks might be a good look. And yeah, so that's what we're gonna do for our house. So let's just go ahead and make a bunch of these spruce logs and maybe start to plan out a little bit about what this is gonna look like. So I'm thinking I want a lot of windows in my house just so that we get the natural light from outside. So I'm thinking since we did 4 across, we kind of have to do double windows, which isn't my favorite look, I will say, but it is what it is. So we can go like that, and then there's gonna be more on this side too. So what I'm thinking is this original house is really cute and all, but it almost feels like it should be a staircase up to the 2nd level of this house that we're building. So I'm kind of leaning towards doing that, but I think before I start building the 2nd level, I kind of have to get this 1st level looking a little bit less ugly. Or not, or I could just send in and build the 2nd level, which honestly, everyone has an unfinished basement at some point in their life, so this can be my unfinished basement that we can work on later. I think that's the plan, and we're gonna put a floor up here. We ran out of logs, so I guess that's all of the floor that we're gonna have for now. I want to go check on the sheep, see if they grew any more wool. Oh yeah, they did. Okay. Oh no, that's a different. No, that's my sheep. Oh no. I mean, it's not the worst thing, but we now have a cow mixed in with our sheep, which I specifically said earlier this episode is not my favorite way of farming. But I think we'll just have to let these sheep and cow hang out. Like, maybe they were just starting to get a little bit lonely. He saw his buddies down here and was like, wanted to come hang out. So that can be our sheep and cow pen, and maybe a pig will wander in it too. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe that's being a little bit optimistic, is rather than having to collect the animals myself, just getting them collected for me would be great. What we're gonna do now is, so what I just did is I used that cloth, and I really, really want a sofa, guys. Guys and girls. So in order to do that, we have to make a saw, which requires 2 iron. I guess we could do that. I guess we can sacrifice 2 iron for our saw. So I think it'll last longer. So then if we go back to sofa, we need logs, which is a saw and a piece of oak wood. So do we have any oak wood, or do I have to go break down a couple trees? Okay, let's go break down a couple trees. I'm really excited about this furniture mod, guys. Once we have our house standing, and once we have our house standing and a little bit more of a stable aesthetic to our world, we can start decorating stuff, which is really excites me. Okay, so we're gonna do 2 of these. 1, 2, 1. There we go. Okay, and then let's see. I think. Oh, interesting. It's not letting me add that, but if I go here, and like this, it should theoretically craft. Oh, we need a furniture workbench. I am not using my brain today. Okay, well, how do we make a furniture workbench? Okay, so we can definitely make these. Okay, let's. This is okay. This is a little bit more of an adventure than I thought it was gonna be. So we're gonna need a garage. We're gonna need a furniture workshop in the future. So let's go. Let's just get, sorry, a little bit all over the place. Let's get this back. Let's make some wood. Let's go here. We're gonna go like this, and we're gonna make that. And then this is essentially 3 of those. And then that, we need, it looks like we can make it though, because, oh, it's specifically spruce log. Really? I just made all of my spruce logs into spruce planks. Okay. I am very committed right now to making the sofa. So in the lack of having a boat, we're gonna swim over here. We are gonna go, oh, we're gonna go over here, and you know what? This isn't the worst thing. We can use these trees in our home building. So this isn't a waste of time entirely for just a furniture workbench. But let's get that wood. Okay. I guess we can eat the apple and free up. Oh, no, those can stay there. We have plenty of them. Those can stay there. Okay, let's go back. Okay, I'm really excited. I'm hoping these catfish are not gonna attack me. And I can confirm the catfish are friendly, which is nice, but I really want this. I really just want this sofa. Just this singular sofa. Okay. There we go. Now we can make it. Okay. So we got our furniture workbench, which we need a garage for. So I guess in the absence of having a garage to put our furniture workbench in, we'll just place it outside. Maybe, you know what we'll do is we'll just make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and we'll just make a little outdoor hut to do some of our outdoor activities in. So I kind of want it to be spruce too. Oh, and I had spruce, but that's okay. Now we have more. We're gonna make a little outdoor workspace for myself to do my furniture crafting. And once we make our first piece of furniture, we can also put it out here. And I didn't make enough. I didn't make enough planks or slabs. That was kind of silly. So we'll go back here. I don't want to make it. I want to make it like this. So I'm gonna have it a little bit taller in the middle, just in case we decide to make super tall furniture. You know, we're actually just gonna move this bad boy. I'm really worried it's gonna break. Okay, no, it breaks as a furniture workbench. We're gonna go there, and let's go to our sofa, which we do have the materials for. 1, 2. Oh, okay, but no. What we need is a nail, which requires iron ingots, which means we have to sacrifice another piece of iron. So this is actually good. This is where starting to dive into some of the mods. So let's go here. Let's make a nail. Let's make iron ingot. Let's make some nails. Just like this. Perfect. And it's nighttime, but I'm really dedicated to this sofa. And we have our white sofa. Okay, it is nighttime though, so you know what? We're gonna. That was super successful. That was our first time actually getting into one of these mods. There's definitely no room in this tiny little place for our sofa, so we're gonna sleep, and then we're gonna find a place to put our sofa outside. I think this is an outdoor sofa. I think this. Honestly, I'm kind of inclined to put it in our workbench area because. So I said I want a garage, but you know. Dream big, people. I think that for now we're just gonna deal with this little outdoor workspace, and what better in a workspace if we move our workbench over a little bit? What better to have in a workspace than a little sofa? So let's put our little sofa there. Oh, okay, that looks awesome. I can sit in it too. Let's see. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to see myself in this sofa. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh, we're sitting in our little workspace with our first sofa that we made. Okay, that looks pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie. It's not... I will say it looks like I'm standing in the sofa. But... Oh! I'm lying in the sofa now. Okay, that's pretty sick. Yeah, let's get back to normal view and let's get out of the sofa. Okay, awesome. So we have like a little workspace area. Let's see, is there any like lanterns? Well, there's the normal lanterns, but we don't have enough iron for that. We've already spent enough iron making the nail for that sofa. So let's think about lamp. Maybe there's some nice lamps that we can make in our furniture mod, but okay, yeah, this is gonna be an adventure for another day. Looks like there's a bunch of different options that we now have our furniture workbench, so we can use that to decorate. And what I think I'm gonna keep doing is just continue to putz away on our house. Maybe I'll go over and shear the sheep one last time. It looks like none of our crops are growing. So I'm not sure how successful our farm is going to be. I think we really need a calendar in order to optimize our farming so that we're not planting stuff that isn't going to grow because it's not in season. Which I really wish it was the season for wheat, because I would love to start breeding these animals and getting more of them so that I can actually start using them for food, for lack of a nice way of putting it, using them for food. So I think we're gonna have to go back down into the mine soon and find some gold, because I believe, if I remember correctly, the recipe for the calendar includes the clock, which is redstone, which we actually got last time we were mining, but not gold. We need a bit of gold in order to make that actually work. But I think I'm actually gonna wrap this episode here. I think it was super fun. We had a lot of fun building our little sofa. This is probably going to be a shorter episode again too, because I'm going to speed through the portions of me, mining, digging out stuff, and really just showcase the fun parts of the episode where I'm planting or manage to corral some animals to start our farm. But thank you so much for watching. If I go over into my little sofa and send us off for this episode, thank you so much for watching. I'm super excited that you're back watching this series, and we're gonna continue on next episode with some more cool stuff. I think I want to go back down into the mine, see if we can get some gold, see if we can get some, dare I say, diamonds. I think that's really just gonna make exploring more of the mods, because I had a lot of fun exploring this furniture mod, but I think it's gonna just make it a little bit more exciting. So with that, I'll end this episode here. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, and we'll see you soon for the next episode.